my beautiful people, and welcome to this week's Spilling the Biscuit Tea with Katy. Now, I hope you all have grabbed yourself a nice cup of biscuit tea. We are away into uncharted territory today. If you are new here, what I do every Sunday is I bring you a weird and bizarre story that I have found online. I want to share it with you guys. This week's one, wait till you hear the headline because I don't even know how this could be a thing, but it is. So let's get straight into spilling the biscuit tea. So the headline of this story is Man Stabbed Girlfriend in Bum because they couldn't agree where to buy pizza. Now, I've heard of couples arguing over where they want to order from. One person's wanting a Pizza Hut, the other person's wanting a Burger King or a McDonald's. That kind of thing. They can't agree on where they want to have food. But stabbing someone in the bum? I'm curious, what did he stab her in the bum with? Was it a fork? Was it a spork? Was it a knife? Let's read on and find out. So a judge told a man it would almost be funny if it wasn't so serious, as he jailed him for stabbing his girlfriend in a row, I read that like a fool, in a row over pizza. So Nathaniel Williams, 29, got into an argument with his girlfriend about where to buy their food. He wanted Pizza Hut, but she wanted Pizza Choice. Now, I've never heard of Pizza Choice before. Is this a local place for them? I've heard of Pizza Hut, but Pizza Choice, I mean, love, you made a choice and it got you stabbed in the bum. So there we are. At some point, she went into the kitchen to get a drink, and when her back was turned, she felt a small prick on her backside. Just a small prick. She felt blood on her hand, and when she turned around, Williams became hysterical, repeatedly saying sorry at their home in Cardiff. So this happened in Wales, okay? He convinced her not to go to the hospital as police would become involved. I mean, you just stabbed her and she's bleeding. I mean, how serious is the blood? Is there a lot of blood? Is it like a tiny little, it is but a scratch? What is it? However, one of his victim's friends came round later and after seeing what had happened, took her to hospital. So this poor woman had been stabbed in the bum. Also doesn't say whether they'd had pizza or not at this point. So she'd been stabbed in the bum, and then one of her friends came round to their house, looked at her bum, and said, "We need to go to the hospital." Okay. He was later arrested and told to stay away from her. I mean, that is pretty good advice from the police. This man has just stabbed you in the bum over pizza. What is he going to do to you over an argument that is a lot bigger than where you're having your dinner? However, on December 4th, the victim woke up in the middle of the night and he was standing at the foot of her bed. Oh my God. Okay, this hasn't just become this is a whole new level on spilling the biscuit tea. So he refused to leave her house, so he went to her parents and he followed her there. So not only did she wake up in the middle of the night and saw that her ex was standing over her who had stabbed her in the bum, and she maybe had PTSD from that situation because that is quite a mental situation. So she thought, get out of this situation, I'm going to my parents. He follows her there, so after being arrested, he managed to break free from the handcuffs and attacked PC Sari Barnes. I probably pronounced that wrong, but never mind. I apologise. So all of this has occurred. This Nathaniel Williams person, I think maybe has something going on that is undiagnosed, perhaps. But he is arrested at her parents' house, which she has been followed to, and he somehow manages to do a Houdini and get out of the handcuffs. What on earth is going on here? So recorder John Philpotts said, "If it wasn't so serious, it would almost be funny that you were arguing over where to buy a pizza, but that led to that young woman being stabbed." The judge said, "You inflicted upon her a nasty wound with a knife, and knives are always serious, potentially deadly weapons." So Williams was jailed for a year and must not contact his victim for 5 years. So that kind of spiraled out of control to a level that I did not see coming there. I thought someone's been stabbed in the bum because they couldn't decide where they were going for dinner. Then it became a whole stalking, scary situation. What on earth goes through some people's minds? I do not know. In the comments, let's discuss what's going on. That was a whole thing there. I'm speechless as to where that story goes. This is the fun part of me reading these stories. Like, all I read before I film these is the title. I don't go into the story, so everything is a surprise as I'm reading it. So I had no idea we were going to be led down that horrific path. But in the comments, let's discuss that story. And if you've heard any funny stories this week, let me know, and we will discuss in the comments. I hope you've all had a lovely weekend, or having a lovely weekend, and I will see you next time.